The Aztecs believed that when you died, your soul had to journey through the underworld, Mictlan. But it wasn't all that simple. The word Mictlan comes from the Nahuatl language and means place of the dead. In Aztec belief, the dead were not sent to a place of punishment, but of cosmic passage. The soul had to pass through 9 terrifying realms to reach Mictlan, the underworld, ruled by Mictlantecutli and Mictecacihuatl, the Lord and Lady of the dead. These 9 levels were like trials that tested the soul's strength and purity. The first level was a field of sharp mountains that crushed the dead. The second was a garden of paradise that tempted the living with the comforts of the world they had just left. The third was a dark and narrow path surrounded by fire. The fourth was a house filled with old, sick, and starving people. The fifth was a lake full of blood. The sixth was an icy wind that threatened to blow the dead back to the world of the living. The seventh was a river of blood that the soul had to cross while being attacked by creatures with claws and teeth. The eighth was a darkness so profound that it tried to swallow the dead whole. And finally, the 9th was a blinding light that was Mictlan itself, the home of the dead. If the soul made it through all 9 levels, it was rewarded with a place in Mictlan, where it would be reunited with its body and live on in the form of an ancestor spirit. But if the soul failed any of the trials, it would be sent back to the world of the living as a wandering spirit, doomed to wander the earth for eternity. That's why the Aztecs took their burial rituals very seriously. They buried the dead with offerings including dogs, fire, and personal items, anything that might help the soul survive the journey through Mictlan. Without these, the soul could wander eternally. Unlike the Christian heaven and hell, which were based on the individual's sin or virtue, Mictlan was a universal destination. All souls, regardless of their behavior in life, ended up in the underworld. Only warriors who died in battle, women who died in childbirth, or those who were sacrificed to the gods went elsewhere. The Templo Mayor, one of the main temples of the Aztec capital Tenochtitlan, was built with references to Mictlan's levels. Archaeologists have even found underground tunnels beneath the site, possibly symbolizing the soul's descent into the underworld. So the next time you find yourself wandering through a museum or watching a video about the Aztecs, remember that there was much more to their culture than just human sacrifice and warfare. They had a rich and complex belief system that saw death not as an end, but as a beginning. Thanks for watching.